parenthood is challenging, I think, right from the moment they're born all the way up until my eldest is 6. And there's constantly new challenges along the way as they change and develop. But I think what I found hardest was when Morgan, my first son, was first born, and getting into that routine, feeding him through the night, not having any sleep, and adjusting to suddenly my whole world being about this little bundle of joy. And it was very, very difficult to begin with, but we soon sort of got into the groove and worked out what worked for us. I've been given lots of advice over the years, and the one piece of advice which I always come back to and I find really valuable is to slow down, stop and enjoy it, because all too quickly they're grown up and gone. So through all the hard times, all the stressful times, just relax and remember to enjoy it and have fun. Balancing work and family life I find really difficult. However, the way I manage it is just to prioritise and really stick to that. So I know what works for us as a family, and I know that me working 2 or 3 days a week is enough, and then the rest of the time I'm there with them, and that really suits us. So I make my home life my priority, and I make everything else fit in around that, and keep Sundays as sacred. They are a sacred family day. The most enjoyable aspect of parenthood is a really difficult question to answer, because all of it has its kind of joys and wonders, but the time that I particularly love, I must admit, is after the kids have all been bathed and they're all snuggled up in their PJs and we all cozy up for a story. They're all kind of calm and snuggly and warm, and it's just a really really lovely time of the day. I think this magazine will really benefit parents just because there's so much information and advice, and that they are the 2 things that you want more than anything when you're a parent, as well as sleep and time. They're the other things you could really do with. But there's just so much help, and it's supportive, and it's a sharing of sort of knowledge which is useful, and it's sometimes good to know that you're not alone and it's not just you that's gone through it, and find out best practices, something that works for somebody else that may work for you. Well, you can go a long way to fitting advice into one magazine. The truth is you need a million magazines to put it all in. There's so much you can learn, there's so much new information. I think this magazine makes a really good start.